Hello, private practice owners. This is Lisa Wozniak with Woz Marketing, coming to you again today with a virtual coffee I'm having with Joanne Royer. Dr. Royer is a life coach out of Pasadena, California, and she has a very interesting take on how she helps career women silence that inner voice that keeps you up at night. So welcome, Dr. Royer. We're thrilled to have you today.
Hi, Lisa. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely our pleasure. So I'd like to give folks a little bit more interesting information about you that maybe they don't know. So for example, you have a background in psychology and made the switch into life coaching. And tell me a little bit about how you made that transition into the coaching realm.
Yes, so I was a practicing psychotherapist for, wow, almost 25 years now, largely in agency work. And largely I saw that what was keeping them stuck in really showing up with their clients and being their best selves was a lot of the inner dialogue that they were experiencing through their the critical voice inside of them, questioning their competency, questioning their capability, questioning whether they were good enough to move into a different career or step into that promotion or opportunity that was in front of them. So I like to really teach women to listen more to their heart-centered voice. That's always speaking to us as well, but we tend to not listen to it. And if we do, we tend to not trust it. Why? Because we are more familiar in listening to the critical thoughts that tend to come up. Those become very familiar for us. Even if we're feeling doubtful, we're feeling a lack of confidence or self-esteem, it's familiar over time. And we all know that change, you've heard the word, stepping out of our comfort zone. I mean, there's a reason why that keeps coming up in all of the readings, whether it's, career related journals or just, personal health related journals. It's hard to step out of change because change requires courage and risk-taking, and we are creatures of habit, so it's much easier for us to stay in a thought or a feeling, even if it's not getting us the results that we're wanting, and even if it's not something we would rather feel. So just in the course of my work in mental health, I realized, yes, the past is great. There's a place for mental health, but I truly believe that not everybody needs psychotherapy. So I am much more action-oriented, results-focused. I really like to use past experiences as lessons versus mistakes. How can we learn from what happened? But you've got this whole wide future ahead of you. So how can you step out and into being your best self so that you can create a different result and a different future for yourself? 2006, and I've been really using coaching principles with whether building teams or working with, career-minded women who are creating encore careers, those that are, 50 and older. Okay, what's next? Been there, done that. I'm wanting more. So those are really the women that I, are my specialty, if you will.
Yeah, it's interesting having originally come from a corporate background as well. It's interesting that it wasn't until I was positioning myself to leave the corporate world and go out on my own that I began to hear just how prevalent those things that you're talking about really are. Because when you're in that moment, when you are a woman who is in that moment with all of those negative thoughts and that whole imposter syndrome thing going on, you really do feel like you're the only one.
Absolutely.
It wasn't until I was leaving that world that I began to hear so many other women going, oh yeah, I feel that way too. And, oh, I didn't get very much sleep at night last night. My body was tired, but I couldn't shut my brain off. kind of
Mhm.
thing, and just how prevalent that is. And what I would love to know, as somebody who has made that shift from psychotherapy into this coaching approach with women who are going through that, what are the changes that you're starting to see out there?
Mm. Yeah, I mean, that's a great question because I'm just writing to that actually, like a before and after. So, a lot of women come to me, I'm afraid all the time. I realize, yeah, I'm excited about wanting to make a change. I want to make a change. But honestly, I'm fearful. I have kind of done an assessment with all of the clients that, I've been working with, what are their top three? What are the top three shifts that they've noticed? Because now we're working on targeting, where they want to move to next into 2019. But the shifts that they talk about is being more mindful of what they're thinking. You need to be more mindful of what you're thinking and be aware of what you're thinking before you can step into creating a different way, a different thought, right? Because you're trying to break the habit of the negative thinking. But you at least first need to be mindful of that. So they're more mindful of what they're thinking. They're more able to deliberately think ahead. But if you're committed to showing up and doing the work and being open to exploring, what's been keeping you stuck, it's amazing. The results that quickly start to come into play.
So, Dr. Royer, what do you find is the most rewarding part of your job as a coach?
Oh, without a doubt, it's realization, because realization moves into empowerment. And so that's the bottom line for me. When I can work with a woman who's coming to me initially and saying, I don't think I can do this, and I don't really know what I bring to the table, and I'm scared and I'm anxious all the time, or I'm always worried, or I just don't think that I'm good enough, for them to step into feeling powerful, that they can step out of a comfort zone and truly feel uncomfortable, because that's what change is. It's, it's the yin and the yang, and feel powerful in doing that. That's everything for me.
Well, that's actually a perfect segue. So for women who are going through a lot of that negative headspace kind of stuff, career women who may be struggling with a little bit of that imposter syndrome that's keeping them up at night, what's the best way for them to reach out and connect with you?
The best way is going to my website, because you have then 3 opportunities, maybe even 4, to connect with me. So do you want me to tell you, is there a place, Lisa, that you'll put my website on there, or should I just tell you? It's very easy.
Yeah, go ahead and do that, and then we'll go ahead and put that as a blurb along the bottom of the screen as well. Great.
So it's www.joanne, JoanneRoyer, phd.com. And so there you'll have a variety of options. I have a Monday Morning Minute, which is not quite a minute anymore. It's starting to get a little long. But basically every Monday in your inbox, you can sign up for a bite-sized bit of coaching to start your week off. So that's just a matter of just joining that list that comes out every Monday morning. You'll see a button that you can press to immediately schedule a no cost. It's on me. It's my gift to you. 30 minutes. It's a virtual coaching call by phone or by Zoom. So that's a 30-minute coaching. Bring a thought that's keeping you stuck or keeping you up at night, and we'll, work through it. And I guarantee you will have some takeaway tips and action steps after the call. There's a coaching service page, so you can see all the different types of ways you can get coaching with me, whether it's weekly. And I find sometimes weekly commitment, it is hard to step into that. So that's why for a couple of clients in the past, I only reserve that for people that I used to work work with that were former clients of mine. And now, because it was so beneficial to some of them, I decided to, hey, why don't I open this up to everybody? And so I am currently promoting an 80-minute tune-up. So it's a makeshift tune-up. It's 80 minutes. We immediately hit the ground running. It's very action oriented. It's goal driven. It's focused on the results that you want. You get my ebook, you get my coaching summary, but you also, I guarantee that you will feel a lot more confident leaving the call than when you came on the call. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, listen, it's been great getting to know you and your coaching practice a little bit better today, and how you're helping women overcome some of those feelings of doubt. And thanks for sharing all of your information. Again, folks, this is Lisa Wozniak with Woz Marketing, helping you navigate your yellow brick road. Have a great day.